Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am KRX, and we are continuing on with Banished. Adam and Eve start here, and we are doing quite well. We have a family of 5. One of them is actually about to become our next laborer at like 10 or 11 years old or something like that, maybe 12, something like that. They'll actually be able to join the workforce and start working. We have we have a way to make tools. We have a way to make clothing. We have a way to make firewood and to just sort of chop trees, plant and cut trees. So things are looking really good. Yeah, things are looking fantastic actually for us here. Guys, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, right? There is the comments. I read all of the comments. I read all of them. So try me on that, and I'll get back to you. But there is also, I wanted to let people know that if you're just joining in, you're like, what the heck is going on? How do we get to this point? There's a playlist link down below. That'll get you going on episode 1, right? And it'll help you find episode 4 when you're done with this episode. So it's the playlist is the way to catch all the episodes in order, because YouTube can be kind of weird about recommending or not recommending the next episodes properly. YouTube's kind of just weird like that. So, in fact, I'm noticing some snow here. We're actually already into the winter of year 3, huh? We do need to make another house, because it looks like this family's about to be bursting at the seams. So we do need to actually come and spend the time and the resources. And we're actually kind of light on stone. I'm realizing that we got a little bit of a stone issue over here. Let's build this here. And this could be, whoever lives here could be the woodcutter, and they could be the hunter, and they can sort of live out here and maybe gather stone and stuff from these areas. But we are going to need more stone. And I'm realizing we kind of need a bridge. We kind of need bridges to be able to get across these other sort of clumps of resources. I was thinking that we'd kind of be clearing this area here, potentially, in order to... in order to actually do some crops. But you kind of do need your population to come up a bit where you start with that. So we have someone who's permanently working as a hunter right now. We have plenty of clothing and tools. We probably could use more firewood. Wait a second. We have our first adult. We have our first official third adult. Let's go. Our daughter is 10 years old, apparently, is when you become an adult. I have to wait a little bit longer for Valen to get old enough to be an adult so that they can go off and have their own family in this house over here. Let's get the speed back up. So we got one builder trying to do that. We got... so we have a third worker now. We can keep gathering food and also still gather resources, like stone and iron and stuff. Once this building is done here, we'll actually have someone come and work on making firewood. Although you can tell that like the food is not quite, even though we've had someone working in food production for a while now, the food is not, just magically taking care of itself here. We are, with the extra children, it is actually, it has definitely been a strain on our food supply. Although I imagine this house does have a lot of food stored in it. Yeah, this house does have like 400 units of food just chilling here. Well, maybe not quite 400, but close. One thing we are going to need before people do start accidentally passing away is we are going to need a cemetery. And what this is going to do is it's going to help people mourn their loved ones when they pass. So having a cemetery is something you can kind of have a spiraling decay of unhappiness. Looks like 7 by 7 is one of the smallest cemeteries that we can have. Like, I just want a small cemetery, just something small to get us going. Right at the water's edge, that could look nice. That's going to take 24 stone, though. And stone is precious. Stone is precious. Do we have enough? No, we don't have enough wood to finish that. Okay, whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, okay, we need this wood. Harvest trees. I'm kind of leaving some of the trees because they look kind of nice. Now, obviously, we actually have a woodcutter who could be could be doing that, but or sorry, I mean a forester lodge that could be in charge of getting us the wood. But I think we're just gonna do some quick labor actions here to try to get a little bit more. I kind of wish our food would stabilize a bit more. It seems like we are really kind of. That's what I'm saying. It's like things move fast. Things move fast. We really don't care to have this done until this son is of age, anyways. So we just need to just before that guy turns 10, we need to have this done. Yeah, we have a stone issue over here, a stone crisis. It's amazing. It seems like everything's going great, yet it also feels like we just need so much more stuff. We only have one labor that's doing all of this. And we need firewood desperately. I just have a bad feeling that if we don't get the cemetery built in a short amount of time, then something bad's going to happen. We should have enough stone to finish the stone house. Like it says we have 49 stone. We only need 17 more for the stone house. And then we should have enough for the cemetery. Oh, we did end up building that the cellar, which is nice. So, I mean, it looks like they're just going to keep storing a lot of it in the cart, but still. We could tell people to collect wild foods if there are any. Oh, looks like there's a number of wild foods that have regrown in these areas. You can regather those up. Of course, once Valen gets of age, he'll actually become a worker and can actually help out with some of these tasks. It seems like we've kind of figured out... Oh, 400 in the previous season. I was going to say, I thought we figured out that they make about 200 per season. No, last season, 400 venison and 14 leather. It was a good season. But still, the food is still like kind of like it is. I mean, there's food stored in the house, so it is important to remember that. But it doesn't seem like it's really accumulating. It just doesn't feel like it's accumulating. Whoops, I didn't mean to close that. There it is. Back into another winter, it seems. Or at least we're getting close to a winter. If this has officially been completed, that means that they are going to need food and firewood in this home. We need to start working on firewood. Because she needs enough firewood to survive the winter. And I think for the most part, we have barely just enough firewood for both houses right now. But now we have twice as much firewood demand because we have twice as many houses that are going to be burning fuel. Which means we're going to be a little short on wood in addition to the fact that we just need wood to just be building buildings. 9 years old. Here we go. Here we go. It's almost there. Yeah, I don't think we can take a person off. I think the person that's working as a hunter is going to have to permanently be a hunter now forever. Like that person is like, we've just lost that worker in a sense, right? Because like they are stuck doing their job. It's interesting that happiness is on the decline. Or sorry, no, that's health. That's average health of the citizens. We could try to gather, we have some medicine. But we don't actually have an herbalist. Trying to remember, where is that? Used to heal diseases. Hospital heals diseases. Provide simple health and healing for citizens. So an herbalist could be nice. Maybe an herbalist would make sense over in this neck of the woods with the forester. I'm going to put a pause on this construction, though. I am not actually really that interested in doing that right now. We'll just put it down, and we'll remember that we do want to get that built at some point. Chapel provides some happiness to the folks. Here's the original chapel. A town hall is actually really nice. Wells, in case there's fires and stuff. A well could be really for putting out fires, yeah. Now, I believe if you don't have a well, they just gather water from the river. And since our village is kind of snaking around a river, I think we're actually going to be okay. I don't think we have to rush to build a well, but we might want one eventually. Now, the town hall requires lumber, so that's a whole nother adventure to go down that route. And, yeah, just lumber and stuff, not iron, refined iron, but the town hall gives you a lot of really cool sort of ways to look up stats about your village and stuff. And some additional resource screens that are kind of nice to use. It's a nice utility. Yeah, honestly, that clothing that we made is and the tools that we made, they're getting used, but you know, they're doing fine. We're up to 200 firewood. We have that extra labor. We don't have... The builder's no longer doing anything. So let's actually have someone come and become a woodcutter, sort of a permanent woodcutter. We don't have a lot of stone, but we have some stone that's kind of in the back pocket. I'm wondering if we could actually make a bridge now, because there's a good amount of stone over here, wooden stone over here. So just like a bridge right here seems like it'd be really, really nice. What's it going to cost us to make a bridge, though? Just a basic wooden bridge. $52 wood and 13 stone. Let's do it. Also paths. That's right, paths. I totally forgot about paths. This will allow people to zip around a lot easier. Although I'm going to remove this little bit right here. If we can. Remove road. Now this road isn't actually built yet. I think someone has to come and smack it with a hammer, with a... So this only has room for 9 graves? Ugh, that's not much. That's not really that much. We have a second male that's about to become an adult. Holy cow, the second family's already given birth. That's a female there. There we go. That female plus this male, that's a third family. Just gotta wait a while is all. There is not... We're running out of wood. We're running out of wood. Okay, that's fine. Stop working. Become a builder instead. How much wood is this producing? Things are moving. Things are cooking right now. I'm going to go down to speed 5 because now things are... Oh, interesting. The Forester's Lodge, it says they produced iron? They must have just gathered it up or something that counted it as something they produced. Holy cow. Last season we got... The previous season we got 800 things of venison. Now we're cooking with gas. Holy cow. There we go. Things are moving and grooving right now. Things are moving and grooving. Yeah, this is looking fairly full here. That's what the town hall does. It lets you know how many resources you have, I believe. And like leather, it's like 26 here and 5 over here, but it would just tell you, I think, at the town hall that you had 30, 31. I think. Things are looking good. I kind of want to just get rid of this iron because it just doesn't look that good. Once this bridge is built, though, we'll have a lot more stone access. Even with all that food production from that hunting, still seem to be kind of struggling here to keep up with the food. But there's food stored in both of the houses. It'd be kind of nice to know how long this food would last. It seems to be getting eaten pretty quickly. We check, there's 300 venison. We check again, there's 17 venison. I mean, I think they're eating it fast. There we go. There's another worker. Things are moving. I almost kind of want to come over here and just have another person like chopping logs. Because we're out of wood. And the wood is the reason why we can't finish this bridge. This is kind of our hunting grounds up here. I don't want to be deforesting our hunting grounds, but a little bit more around here could maybe be chopped. If people want to go and do that. Oh, there's really no point to do that because the forester is already going to be doing everything in this area anyway, so I don't know. 37 logs. I think this is barely getting operational. We'll have to run this for a couple seasons to see how much that actually produces. Logs. That'll get our health back up a little bit because our health does seem to be waning here. That bridge is going to be a lot of easy to access stone and wood and maybe a place to do the agriculture that we were talking about. Although I think we're kind of cutting out an area here to do agriculture. Now there are some like, you can look up some metrics online, exactly the exact like efficiencies of the fields. Like you're supposed to, there's like a very particular size that you want to do, but honestly, I find you can look up the exact field sizes that you're supposed to do per worker field sizes that are like most efficient. I can't remember what I typically like to do. Six by 12 sounds kind of right, or 6 by 13 or something like that sounds kind of right. We might actually try to get a field up in here, though. This is just an awkward spot here, really. Eight by 12? Maybe. Let's try this. I mean, I don't know if we'll do it this spring, but we might do it the next spring. We might officially have someone working. Oh, there we go. The bridge is built. So what we can do is we can come over here and just set them to gather resources. And actually, we probably want to set up a stockpile out here. And maybe like a road to walk along. And then I think for the most part, it's just, yeah, gather up these resources. A lot of stone here, a lot of things here. Go to town on all of that if you want. I'm going to unpause this so we can get that herbalist built since we have nothing else that we're building. We are going to need to start getting lumber for the more advanced stuff. It seems like we are now 58 wood in the last season, 42 the current season, and we're still early summer. So we might be able to make up to like 100 per season. Of course, we have 2 people work. Keep in mind, we have 2 people. That's a decent amount of wood. Yeah, I'm going to go down to 1. Just 1 out of 4 there. Let's make sure we're keeping up on the firewood. And this is looking fairly good. If I hit pause... Okay, so the truth of the matter is we might not actually have, with this playthrough, we may not actually have any seeds. We have an orchard. It's not telling us, which is kind of annoying, but we might, we might not have started with any seeds. I'm just going to leave this here. Even if we select a farmer, we're going to keep an eye on this. Maybe you have to grow, maybe you have to plant in spring. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly why this is acting weird. I thought you were supposed to start with some kind of crop, but we might legitimately not have any seeds, and that could be something we work on in the next episode, which is trading. Okay, so this is a trading, but this is a big, giant, bulky trading post right here. But this will essentially bring people along, and we can trade them like firewood, you know, excess resources. Well, that's, ooh, that looks like a fantastic place for, that looks fantastic. It's a very expensive building. But I think, you know what? I think we want to build that. That's going to be a little bit tough. Lots of wood, lots of stone, lots of, yeah, that's good. That's going to be a task. That's going to be a task and a half. I'm going to pause it for now and we'll think about that. Guys, thanks everybody for being here for another episode. Things are moving. Things are moving along. Oh, we're definitely going to need more houses. We got this guy's of age. She's growing older. Yeah, we need another house. Maybe we'll build it out here and just keep kind of moving along. Need some pathways out to here. It looks like the roads have been built between the rest of the network here. This is looking good. Things are moving. No one's died yet, which is good. I mean, eventually our original people will die of old age, but they're still a couple decades off from that. I think at least 2 or 3 decades away from that. Can't remember exactly when the Sims die in this game, but I want to say it's probably like maybe like earliest would be like in the 60s and then typically 70s, sometimes 80s. Oh, our health is really suffering. We do need to get this herbalist built, just so we can just munch on a little bit of herbs as we go, and that'll keep people healthy. Thanks everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. Playlist link will get you to the next episode, guys, so you can follow along, because YouTube isn't always the best at recommending the next episode. But thanks everybody for being here. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comments and I will happily get them, or just thoughts, suggestions, you know, anything, guys. Have you guys played Banished? Do you guys like Banished? Anyways, thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. See you guys in the next episode.